All right, this is Ms. Getz again. This is Algebra 2B, Unit 1, Lesson 3. You're going to be doing the practice sheet of 8-4 in your packets. Today we're going to be talking about properties of logs. The reason we want to use logs is because we can do more with them. We have all these properties and we can do things with them. So we're going to talk about first the product property. If I had log base b, and we're just saying a common base of some kind, of m times n, that means I'm taking log base b of two numbers multiplied, I can turn that into two separate logs with the same base by just adding. So what happened is, if I'm multiplying and it's all one single log, I can turn it into two logs and add them together. I went from multiplication to addition. When I had one log, it was multiplication. When I have two logs, it turns into addition. I just separated them. If I have the quotient rule, quotient property of logs, if I have one single log where two things are being divided, I can turn it into two separate logs, and they are then being subtracted. So I went from one single log where they're being divided to two separate logs where they're being subtracted. Again, I use the same base as I had before. Power rule, or property of logs. One single log that has an exponent in it. The rule says that I get to bring this exponent out front. So I get to rewrite it with the same base, but I get to bring this exponent out front as a multiplier of this log. That's what the power property says. In this section, you're just going to be using all these properties. Again, let me repeat this. You're going to take one single log where two things are being multiplied and turn it into two separate logs with the same base, but they're being added. So I went from multiplication to addition. Then, if I have one single log with base b of two things that are being divided, I'm going to go from division to making it into two logs with the same base, but they're going to be subtracting. If I have one single log base b where I have an exponent, I get to automatically move this exponent out front. So that's what I've done here. Okay, let's do some examples. Example 1. Write each in a single log. That means they're going to be written as two logs. So log base 3 of 20 minus log base 3 of 4. First of all, I have to make sure they have the same base, and they do. Now minus, when I look back at minus, subtraction goes with division. So I know when I want to make it a single log, I'm going to take these two things and divide them. I'm going to make it a single log with the same base, and I'm going to divide these two things. Now, what is 20 divided by 4? Well, it's 5. It didn't ask us to evaluate it, so we don't have to do change of base and work it down. We just get to leave it like this. All right, let's do another example. Let's now expand each log. That means it's going to be written as a single log. Single log with division. Division goes with subtraction, so I put it into two logs with base 5, and I subtract them. I keep that base, and I subtract them. This went from single to expanding it into two. We can go forwards and backwards. If I have log 3r to the 4th, then I know these are being multiplied. 3 and r to the 4th are being multiplied. Now, there's no base here. That means it's base 10. We don't have to put it in. But multiplication when I look back, is the same as addition when we split it up. So we're going to split it up, log base 10 of 3 plus log base 10 of r to the 4th. Now, are we done? No. We have an exponent here. That power rule tells me I get to bring the exponent out front. So I keep this one the same, and I bring this exponent out front. And then I am done. I've taken it as far as I can take it. The problems that you're going to have on this section are just like this. You're just working with the properties. And it's brand new to you, so it's going to take a little bit of time. You're going to have to look back at your notes. So this is lesson 3. You're going to do worksheet in your packet 8-4. And then when you get into class, I will tell you what those assignments are.